the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, they've shown some potential in the first half of the season. They're 7th place in the Eastern Conference now, certainly a better spot than they were in at the end of last season. And I'll tell you, are we ready for some fireworks? Both of these teams terrific offensively, put up a ton of points in a hurry. What do you think, Kenny? A classic shootout?
Classic mano a mano. That's man to man if you don't speak the Spanish language like I do. But I'll take it. You know, we'll see who's left standing after all of these shots are fired. And this is going to be an interesting game. But selfishly, I want to see the best of the best go at it.
Some say the best defense is a good offense. Control the pace, limit the turnovers, play smart. I'm ready for this game, Ernie.
Who are some who say that the best defense is a good offense? Name 18 guys who said that.
That's more than some. Some is 4.
I read it online, Ernie.
Good enough for me. Here's Kevin Harlan as we get ready for the opening tip.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. For the Brooklyn Nets earlier this season, they were the winning team in the last matchup against Chicago.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Mills out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Greg Monroe. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. And Mills kicks to Harden. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
Shot clock at 6. Shots good by Mills. First quarter, just over a minute played. Chicago with the ball. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense. And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
Now, here's DeRozan. Last game with 30 points. Passed the ball. Takes a 3. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. his big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Mills in the corner. Unloads. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Mills has got his second bucket.
His shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
DeRozan with it. Guarded now by Durant. Lets it go from the wing. And it's DeRozan missing.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Kicks it out to Harden. Durant for 3. LaVine with the rebound.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Vucevic with the bucket.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Harden outside. From past the arc. Rebound by the Bulls. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Gasol. Here's Ball. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. That's now 8 points for Ball.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Screen by Monroe. Griffin with it. Gasol covering. Puts up the baby hook, and Griffin puts it in. Griffin's got his first points of the game.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Picked by Vucevic. To the wing on the left. Shoots off the screen. They get it back. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Vucevic has got 5 now.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Durant for 3. The shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
Actually had the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
They recover it. Second shot opportunity. Good.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Chicago leading by 5. Here's LaVine. He's coming off a 16-point game against New York.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
So it's Chicago now, following the 3-pointer by Brooklyn. The dish now to Gasol. Here's LaVine, guarded by Harden. Fires the 3. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Timeout called the Nets. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Nets trail by 4. Mills with it. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Picked by Griffin. Harden left side. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Chicago.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Nets trail by 3. Kicks to Durant. They get it again. Monroe, the pass to Durant. From deep. No good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Ball has gone 4 for 5 from the floor tonight. Just one miss. Durant kicks to Harden. Right side, Griffin. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. Chicago leading by 3. Ball covered by Mills. Left side, DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Now Monroe kicks to Griffin. Outside Durant. Clock at 6. Ring shot on the way. Durant with another miss.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
And it's DeRozan missing.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Passes it to Griffin. Dishes it to Mills. He kicks to Harden. It's tipped.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that everybody kind of pitched in when it came to shooting.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, normally there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots. But that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Gerald Green, he's checked in for DeRozan. And it's Rose in for Ball. And then for Brooklyn, Paul Millsap's checked in for Monroe. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. And Harris subbed in for James Harden. Here's Griffin. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Bulls leading by 5. Out to the wing. Outside Rose. And he gets the bucket. Rose has got his first bucket of the night.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Millsap a screen. Johnson up top. Harris outside. The feed to Griffin. Fades and shoots. Good. Griffin's got his third basket of the night.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter. And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Picked by Griffin. Johnson for 3. Vucevic with the rebound.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
Green against Johnson. Drops one in from the wing. Now Rose. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. Three-point play chance here. So it'll be Derrick Rose shooting. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Brooks checked in for Levine. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for the Nets. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And Green gets it to go.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Harris kicks to Booker. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. 40 seconds left to play in the first. Millsap against Gasol. Shot clock at 5. The 3 from Mills. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I agree. Not a lot of activity chasing down their misses. Some teams focus on getting back, I understand that, but you should send at least one guy after those.
And Chicago has possession. It's a 10-point game. Good on the shot. 7 points for Vucevic.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Now here's Mills. He's got 7. Outside Millsap. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Bulls out front, up by 12. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
They've got Vucevic. Brooks is out there at ball. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Gasol right at the 4. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. DeRozan against Durant. Screened by Monroe. The 3 from Harden. The long distance 3 is buried. Harden's got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Here's Gasol, and he overshot that one, missing. Nets trail by 9. Mills dishes to Monroe. There's the triple. Second shot opportunity. That is good.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table. And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
Levine's checked in for the Bulls. And a change for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Trevor Booker.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Harden outside. Picked by Griffin. And the pass to Mills. Outside Durant. From the arc. The shot, no good.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Nets trail by 8. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. He dishes it to Mills. Feeds to Monroe. Shot clock at 6. From 15 feet away. Good. He hits the jump shot. Monroe's got 7 points.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
It's DeRozan with the drive. A wide open look for Gasol. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Mills passes to Griffin. Picked by Griffin. And Mills kicks to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harden outside. A three-pointer, no good. The Bulls leading by 8. Gasol screen. Pass to DeRozan. Fires from the corner. The offensive rebound. Vucevic. And Griffin sends it back. 9 feet out. That one wide left. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Ball recovered by Mills. Ball to pass to Vucevic, and he goes in for the dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Nice game. Great performance by Nikola Vucevic.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain it.
Bulls making a switch here. Dunleavy's checked in. And Brooklyn has possession, trailing by 10. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front courter. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
One shot. Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
That free throw good from Griffin. For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Pass to Mills. Back to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. It's up a 3. No good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Right side Durant. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Bulls leading by 11. Gasol passes the ball. And Vucevic kicks to Levine. Off target from the wing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
One shot. One shot.
That free throw good from Harden.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy.
Nets trail by 8. And Mills kicks to Monroe. Left side, Griffin. And he dunks it down.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
And that one's good. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
You know, Harden, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice the defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
Gasol against Griffin. He feeds it to Mills. The Nets need to get a shot off here. But they'll get another chance. And it's Durant missing. The Bulls leading by 8. To the middle. Outside for Gasol. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Ball. Mills with the rebound.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And the shot is good. And that's now 11 points for James Harden.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second. And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out. Unfortunately, for me, I don't have it.
So for the Bulls, Gerald Green comes in for Vucevic, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Ball. And then for Brooklyn, Paul Millsap's checked in for Monroe. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant, and Harris subbed in for Patty Mills. They set the pick. Levine dishes to Rose. Gasol setting the pick for Rose. That's short off the rim. Nets trail by 6. The dish to Harris for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Green, the pass to Rose. Wide open. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Outside Millsap. Harris kicks to Millsap. Johnson dishes to Griffin. Harden inside the three-point line. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Green with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Here's Rose. Up and in on the layup. Rose has got 7.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Picked by Griffin. And here is Johnson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Minnesota. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. It's stolen by Johnson. Here is Harden. And it's Johnson penetrating. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
And the first one drops. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Gasol kicks to Brooks. Rejected by Millsap. And he recovers it. Harris with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Booker. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Kicks it to Harris. Fires the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Outside, Green. Pass to Dunleavy. 6 to shoot. Rose against Harden. And the rejection by Harden. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Chicago. 1:56 left to play in the first half. Rose against Harden. To the left side wing. On the wing, Johnson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Millsap has the open look. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And it's now only a 1-point Chicago lead. On the wing, Green. Looking to get it going. And DeRozan throws it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, but that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Millsap a screen. Johnson with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Back to Johnson. Beyond the arc. The shot is off. Nice D from DeRozan. Brooks kicks to Gasol. From the baseline. And that one's good. And now a 5-point Bulls lead. 43 seconds left now here in the second. Rose against Harden. Dishes it to Johnson. Back to Harden. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That is his first foul of the game. Vucevic checked in for Green. 30 seconds left in the first half. Rose against Harden. Rose attacking. Good work defensively by Harden.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Harden on the wing. The shot. Harden missing again.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Bulls lead by 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Nick, a competitive battle out here for you tonight. What's been the mindset for you and this team during the first half?
Just want to come out and not aggressive and just play hard on defense, getting stops. They're a great team, so they're not going to quit. They're going to keep playing. We just have to keep getting stops and keep believing that we can win this game, and good things will happen again.
Nick, thank you. We appreciate it. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Chicago came ready to play. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went on an 11-4 run. They were able to string together a nice set of offensive plays to finish the quarter, making their last 4 shots. Momentum shifted quite a bit during the second quarter, as did their scoring, but they still hold a 4-point lead at the break. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing. So no problem here tonight.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now, as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.